but he's not even remotely preoccupied by that achievement. His mind is on Westlife's newest and youngest fans. Babies Jay and Rocco, born to Georgina a week ago today. He's just arrived from tonight's show at The Point. Will you give you a warm welcome, please, to Mr. Nicky Byrne. Nicky, congratulations.
Thank you very much, brilliant.
Well done.
Thank you.
I was at the show the other night.
Yeah.
Tuesday night it was.
Yeah. Great. It's been absolutely amazing, you know, and I couldn't have wished it to happen in a better, you know, to be at home in a better country.
Yeah, because
it's been amazing.
With twins, it's not 40 weeks, it's not,
no.
You know, it can be a little bit early, which it was in your case, quite a lot early, in fact.
It was, you know, it's you go for so many scans and everyone tells you know, 40 weeks, that's the term and stuff. And with twins, you know, they say 37 is, you know, the term for, because there's two babies in there, basically. But yeah, it was a shock, you know. I think we were preparing ourselves, you know. And we went in on the Thursday morning, and they kind of, you know, scanned her and they said, right, we're going to keep her in for some observation for 24 hours. So it was like, okay, the Point Deb was not too far from Hollis Street, so it was good. We stayed there all day, and then I nipped over to the Point, came back straight after, left about 1 a.m, and then about 6:45 on my phone, it went, and she said, I'm in a little bit of pain. And I said, are you in labour? And she said, no, I just think I'm in a little bit of pain. So I think she was trying not to worry me. And she hadn't called me all night, and I'd left strict instructions. If anything changes, you know, call me, please. And she didn't. I think she knew I kind of needed to sleep. I dashed in, and all of a sudden it was, right, we're going to deliver these babies now by section.
By section. A worrying time, though, because, I mean, a section is surgery, and until, you know, the babies are there and you're looking at them, you don't know.
Yeah.
Really, you don't know, no matter what the scans tell you. So that was a worrying time.
It is. I mean, like you said, it's major abdominal surgery. And, you know, I think at the time, or going through the pregnancy, you know, I think lads always say, you know, well, I did anyway. I was like, you know, get a section, you know, cut me up and take them out. What's the point, you know? And it's not like that, you know. I think if you can do it in natural birth, it's probably, you know, obviously a lot better for you. And you recover, obviously, an awful lot quicker. But it was fine, you know. The hospital was so good to us, you know. The Professor Fionnuala McAuliffe that we've been seeing, that Georgina had been seeing, I have to say was fantastic. All the staff in Hollis Street, even now, you know, the two little fellas are up in ICU, and every single nurse, you know, they kind of stand over you and make you change the nappy, you know, already.
Oh, so you've done that, have you?
Yeah, we've been doing that. Georgina's been in doing it a lot more than I have, but, you know, obviously nipping back and forward to the Point. But, yeah, changing nappies, been feeding them, and everyone's been so great. It's been the best week of my life so far.
Tell me about the two lads. Who's big and who's small?
Jay is a little bit big. I mean, they're both very small. They're, you know, nearly 8 weeks. If you count 40 weeks, they're nearly 8 weeks premature. But Jay's a little bit bigger, and Rocco's really, really small. Yeah. But they're doing great. You know, they're kind of starting. All babies lose weight. I mean, I'm learning all this, you know, in the last week. All brand new babies lose weight. Well, most of them do, and then, you know, they gradually, you know, kind of move on and start putting the weight on. So that's what's happening now.
All right. And how long will they be in ICU? How long before you can get them home, which is what you're dying to do?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. I mean, we don't actually know. You know, they say to you, you know, term, you've got to expect term, which is Georgina's due in the second week in June. And if it goes, you know, that far, we'll just have to, you know, deal with it, and hopefully, you know, obviously they're in the right place, so that hopefully we'll just deal with it. But I think, you know, the closer, the harder it is, the longer it goes by, the harder it's going to be. And yesterday when we left, it was such an emotional time. And, you know, I think both of us, you know, had a huge, I mean, crying all day, you know, with happiness and the fact that, you know, we're leaving them in hospital. Yeah. But I mean, it happens to everybody. You know, people do it every day of the week, and they're perfectly healthy, which is the main thing.
Because babies are quite needy little things, you know, and they let you know what they want.
Yeah.
So they're doing this, I presume, squawking and squealing and demanding and. Yeah,
they've been good as gold, to be honest with you. They've when they give a little cry, which is, you know, really, really little, then they, you know, if you feed them, they seem to be okay.